everyone. Been a minute. I want to talk a little bit about some emails I read recently. It's an exchange between Mayor Hing, Melissa Petrie, and Mike Womack, right? Commissioner Petrie and City Manager Mike Womack. And it's sort of, I want your opinion because there's been a lot of talk about freedom of speech recently. Does this apply to what I go over today? It also involves different board members of various boards in our community. And while this is all FOIA-able, I kind of want to dance around who's who, or dance around. I'd rather leave those three names out, but we'll see how it goes. It's all going to be kind of confusing. You'll be able to figure this out, but on June 3rd at 2:02 p.m., Melissa Petrie emails Mike Womack and copies Mayor Hing. It says, Mike, I'm sure you have seen the comments on Facebook recently from person B and person C. I'm asking you to use the same measure of warning to them about their use of Facebook to disparage the commission and mayor, which in turn reflects poorly on the city, as you did with person A. Those two were also appointed to city boards. It's very unprofessional and reflects negatively on them and the city. Thank you, Melissa Petrie. 4 minutes later, 2:06 p.m., maybe this is parallel thinking or quick acting, Mayor Hing responds, agreed. Mike, I would also like to be blind copied in that communication as you did with person A. At 4:42 p.m. that day, Mike Womack responds, Mr. Hing and Ms. Petrie, I'm actually not on Facebook very much. Are there specific comments that you can point me to that should be addressed? Later that day at 6:33 p.m., Mayor Hing responds, Mike, the attachments. 1. Email to person A on April 8th, 2026 at 9:32 a.m. within 35 and a half hours of his appointment. And 2, a text from you to the commission on April 23rd, 2026 at 12:19 p.m., only 12 minutes from being accused of using an alias known as Adrian Cross. Demonstrate your technical prowess in finding disparaging or otherwise undesirable remarks against the city or its staff and officials. I have full confidence that you can and will find multiple disparaging remarks from both of the identified individuals on the same Lapeer News and Discussion Group page, either by scrolling or searching. And then to Melissa, he says, any help you could provide to Mike as time permits would be greatly appreciated. Thank you for bringing this to our attention. By the way, Adrian Cross is not Mike Womack. I do know who it is. I've known who it is for a while. I can't, it's not me either. I'm not going to divulge that, but I will say it isn't Mike Womack. I feel like I should do that much. Later that day, 9:49 p.m., Mike responds, Mr. Hing, on both of those occasions, someone had contacted me with their concerns about specific comments they had observed on Facebook. I do not spend much time at all on Facebook, and I avoid the Lapeer News and Discussion page. It is the persons who do observe the Lapeer News and Discussion page that have the technical prowess, not I. If you or Ms. Petrie are able to send me a screenshot, a quote, or a link to any such undesirable or disparaging remarks, I will take appropriate actions regarding unprofessional and disparaging comments. So that all happened June 3rd. The next morning, I believe, June 4th, 9:18 a.m., the mayor writes, Mike, thank you for the clarification. I appreciate the process that you described and have in place. Please forward the copies of the messages containing the concerns brought to you by other persons, including the screenshots or quotes or links that they provided, which prompted your communications to the commission. Feels like some gamesmanship going on. Mayor Hing, I think, is kind of saying, like, if that is the case, if it's really not you who saw this with your own eyes, prove it. Prove it. The next exchange I see is June 7th, 3 days later, almost to the minute. Like 3 days and 20 minutes later, it's a Sunday morning. Mike Womack responds to the mayor, Mr. Hing, I'd be happy to forward such communications, though some may have been phone calls, so there might not be a cognizable record. I'll look for those this coming week when I am back in the office. However, I'd like to address these instant concerns first and as soon as possible. Both you and Mrs. Petrie have indicated that persons B and C are disparaging the mayor and commission in a way that reflects poorly on the city, and I have asked for examples to review so that I might take appropriate actions, if any. Surely, neither of you would have indicated your expectation for me to act without some evidence of the identified wrongdoing. If you have both contacted me without any such evidence, I believe that this, along with the agenda cutoff email and several other recent actions, would be considered a pattern of conduct. Interesting, maybe a little bit more gamesmanship. I also believe that I need some additional clarification regarding this expectation for me to act. I have reviewed my previous email with person A and phone conversation that I had with him afterwards. The email was asking him to be more careful with his online comments because of his appointment to an appellate board, so that his comments not be used against him and the city by potentially showing that his decision making might be biased, thus leading to a potential liability against the city or a request that he recuse himself. During the phone call afterwards, he thanked me for pointing this out to him and promised to be more aware of his public comments in the future. I knew about some of this. In your current ask, which I am receiving as a directive from the mayor and mayor pro tem, is that I use the power of the government to contact two citizens about their online statements, none of which have been provided to me, and the reason for this is because you believe that their online comments disparage the city commission and mayor. In addition to not knowing what exactly those persons allegedly said that might disparage the mayor and commission, is there a policy of some kind that states or that says board members are not allowed to disparage the mayor and commission that I am unaware of? Since I believe that there are some very clear distinctions between what I stated to person A and what I believe you want me to state to persons B and C, please provide me with some more direction about exactly what you want me to say or what meaning you want me to convey to them. I do not believe that my comments to person A about the potential for liability are comparable to your statements that I should contact persons B and C for statements disparaging the city commission and mayor that you believe reflect poorly on the city. If I recall, person D has also stated some things that could be interpreted as being disparaged to the commission and mayor, and he also sits on the board. Do you want me to contact him as well? And what do you want me to say to him? So later that day, again, June 7th, Sunday, 1:40 p.m. in the afternoon, Commissioner Petrie writes, Mike, it looks as if person C may have deleted his comments. If not, I'm unable to find them now. Person B's comments are still there. She and her family members have all made comments that are negative and, in my opinion, disparaging. Once again, in my opinion, reflecting negatively on the city and the team that she supposedly represents. Truly, those comments ultimately reflect poorly on them. We can't dictate to someone to be courteous or professional. Back to the golden rule. Treat others the way you'd like to be treated. My email to you was meant to point out treating people equally, certainly not to direct you to do anything. Felt like a direction to me, but I'd be curious to hear what you'd say. And then the last one, June 11th, Mike writes, Commissioner Petrie, I ran into person B today while on other business. I asked her if she had made any recent Facebook comments that she believed were disparaging to the commission or mayor, and she indicated that she did not believe so. She stated that she does try to be very measured in her online comments. She did indicate that she has previously spoken with her daughter about her online comments as well. I asked her if she was aware of any comments by person C that might cause the city liability or lead to questions of recusal and ZBA decision making, and she indicated she was not aware of any. if the commission is interested in adopting a code of ethics and asking board members to agree to the same, Mr. Atwood has been indicating his desire to see such a code be adopted for at least 3 years and probably has a good base of knowledge in that regard to get started on something for the future. So I guess my questions for you are, was Mike Womack given a directive by Commissioner Petrie, Mayor Hing, or both? And what should be the expectations for somebody who sits on a board, from DDA to ZBA to Planning Commission, whatever it is? How much rope, latitude, discretion should they be given in public comments where they are critical of the local government? Because I think you can make cases for both sides, but I'm not an attorney, and I don't know everything. This is definitely, truly one of those situations where I'm really curious to hear from you what your thoughts are, especially given some of the public comment, freedom of speech concerns that we've seen unfolding lately. Yeah, so leave a comment. I'm truly eager to hear. Thanks for your time. Hope you're having a great day. This will likely go out on a rainy Sunday afternoon. And maybe I'll see some of you soon.